So the question that we have here is a perimeter question. And it reads as follows. It says that the photograph sketched below shows a circular swimming pool in a portion of Annette's garden. I'm going to just draw it for you so that you can understand what I am looking at. It looks like this. It is not up to scale. And then we've got a little fence going on over there. And the measurement, it says there A, D, C, B, and we've got 57.5. We are told that everything is in meters, so you need to be careful of that. I'll just write meters so that we are aware of what we are working with. And then we've got a little pool in the center over there, and the measurement of the pool is 4.73. And then we've got over there our 9.45. Let's just make sure it's visible. 9.45. We know everything is in meters. 10.9. So there is one that is not given to us. Everything is in meters, and we've been told that these are the dimensions of the garden. The first question is asking us for the unknown side. So we have been given the perimeter already. And before we carry on with this question, I'd like us to first define perimeter. You need to know your definitions when going into a math literacy exam or a test, because when you don't know your definitions, then you do not know what you are calculating. It does not make sense for you to go in and you don't know what perimeter is. Those are the simple things: your perimeter, your area, your diameters, your circumference, and so on and so on. It's very important that you know such things. So now we are told that the perimeter of this particular fence is, so we are told that perimeter is 125.92 meters. What is perimeter? Perimeter is the area around any shape. Perimeter is the, perimeter is the distance. Sorry about that. Perimeter is the distance around any shape that you have been given. So all the shapes that you are given will have a perimeter around them. So it's just the distance around the shape. Area is then the space in the shape. Don't get those two confused. I know it's a little daunting because sometimes you can get those two confused. Perimeter is the distance around the shape, and then area is the space within the shape. So here we've been given the perimeter, and with us being given the perimeter, we are then asked to calculate the distance of CD. There. We want this. I'm going to make this X, our little thing that we are always scared of over there. Sorry about that. So we need to find C to D if we've been given that perimeter over there. Firstly, how do you find the perimeter of a shape that looks like this? The perimeter of this particular shape is going to be the distances added around the shape. So it's all the distances or the dimensions. Let's call it dimensions. The dimensions around the shape, all you do is add them. So if you've got a four-sided shape like we have over here, perimeter is going to be AB plus BC plus CD plus AD. You see what I did there? So I've got my AB. My AB is 57.5. I've got my BC, which is 9.45. I've got CD. No, I don't have CD. So CD is going to be what we are solving over there. And I have AD, which is 10.9. 0.9. So how am I going to be solving this? I'm told that my perimeter is 100. Okay, let me just go down so that it's not cut. So I'm told my perimeter is 125.92 meters. Just going to rewrite all of that over there for you to see. 9.45 plus our CD plus our 10.9. What am I doing over here? I'm solving for CD. I need to make sure that everything is in meters. Okay, so I'm going to add all of these other ones so that it makes sense for me. So I'll leave my 125 as it is, 0.92, and then I'm going to make sure to add them so that it makes sense for me. So in me adding them, I'm going to say 10.9 plus 9.45 plus 57.5 SD, which gives me 77. Let's just go see what it says there, 0.85. And then I know I still have my CD. So because I know that this is a positive number, and in order for me to get rid of this positive number, it means that I need to subtract it on both sides. What I do on the left, I do on the right. So what am I doing? I'm going to subtract 77.85 from both sides. So I'm then going to say 125.95 minus 77.85, it's the opposite of that sign over there, is equals to 77.85 plus CD minus my 77.85. It's 85. So this is going to cancel this because it becomes a 0, meaning that I'm only going to be left with my CD over there. So then it becomes 125.95 minus 77.85, which gives me, press SD, 48.1. So I write my 48.1, which is my CD over there. What I need to be careful with, always write your unit of measurement. I cannot leave it like this. Yes, it made sense to write it throughout and what it looked like, but I need to make sure that my final answer has my unit of measurement. Therefore, CD is equals to 48.1 meters. I need to make sure that my unit of measurement is also correct. Do not go and write centimeters when you were not given centimeters, and leave it the way that they've asked you to. And then in terms of rounding off, you need to round off according to what the question paper tells you. In most cases, it tells us to round off to 2 decimal places, but don't take that for granted and think that you are always rounding off to 2 decimal places. If you look at it in this particular question, it's been rounded off to 1 decimal place, and that's what it's been given to us as. So let us go to the next question. So now, it says to us, write down the length of the radius of the pool. And if I look at the pool that I've drawn, this is my pool over here. My pool is 4.73 meters. But let's go and see how I'm going to write that. That's my pool over there. And from here to here is 4.73 meters. I have been asked for the radius. I need to know the relationship between my diameter and my radius. And it's really important because sometimes you're not given the radius. And in cases like this, it means that you are going to get marks for figuring out what your radius is. And if you look at the types of formulas that we are normally given, those formulas have radius within them. So if you're given a diameter, don't panic Don't sit there and go, oh, I don't know what to do. So between this point and this point, this is called my diameter. So from one point of the circle to the other point of the circle, and it dividing the circle into half makes it a diameter. It needs to divide the circle into half to make it a diameter. Otherwise, it falls onto that other subject. So now the relationship between diameter and radius is that radius is equals to diameter divided by 2. You always need to know this, which then means that diameter is equals to radius times 2. Know this relationship. It's the best thing you're ever going to do for yourself when it comes to circles. Circles are not that difficult. Just know the relationships between one and the other. So now we are looking for the radius, and we've been given the diameter. So all we do is say 4.73 meters divided by 2. And that is going to give us our radius. So 4.7, let's go look into that. Our very important device, 4.73 divided by 2, SD, which gives us 2. Let's just go back and see that number, 2.365. 2.365 meters. Remember our rounding off. In this particular case, I am going to be rounding it off to 2 decimal places. And whenever I'm rounding off to 2 decimal places, I am going to be looking at the one number that's after the comma, and then I'm going to look at the number after it. And if the number after it is 5 and above, it means that I am going to, okay, that's if it's 1 decimal place. Let's look at it if it's 2 decimal places. I'm going to just erase that because I was looking at 1 decimal place. If it's 2 decimal places, you look at the second number after the comma. The second number after the comma in this particular case is that 6 over there. So what do? We look at the number next to it. And if the number next to it is 5 and above, it means that that number is going to go to the next number. So in this particular case, it's going to be 2.3. This 6 is going to turn into a 7 because of this 5, 2.37 meters. Don't ever be scared when it comes to stuff like rounding off. Rounding off is something really basic that you shouldn't be going into an exam without knowing. It's basic stuff. So now we're given a nice question here, and it says a fence will be erected along the curved side AB. So we know that our curved side AB is going to be, let's use that color, it's going to be that. This is the curved side AB. And we need to calculate how much that fence is going to cost us. Money is not a foreign concept in measurement. You need to always be ready for money. You're going to be calculating how much the paint costs to paint that wall, how much it's going to cost to put that fence up, how much it's going to cost to put a ribbon around something. So you need to be very careful with that. So it's 57.5 meters that goes along there. Let's go down. We said it's 57.5 meters. That's the curved area around that. And because we already know what that is, it says to us here, a fence will be erected along the curved side AB at a cost of 97.56 Rand per running meter. So we know for every single meter, we are going to be charged 97.56 Rand. So it means that we take it as it is. This is a nice and easy one. We multiply, and we're going to say 57.5 times 97 Rand and 56 cents. And then we are going to go and calculate that. Start from scratch. It's going to be 57.5 times 97.56, which is then going to give us, remember your unit of measurement, Because if you're not giving me the rands, then you're just giving me a number. And a number could literally be anything. It could be kilometers. It could be whatever the case is. So let's go look at what the money is again. It's 5,609.7. 5,609. 5,609.70 cents. Money is always rounded off to 2 decimal places. Please don't forget that, even if they had not mentioned what to round it off to. But if they mentioned it, money is always rounded off to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. If they say to you round off to the nearest rand or the nearest 10 cents, that's a different case. So here we have not been told that.